Hello and welcome. My name is Joey. I'm with Madoma, and today we're going to be going over tips 4 and 5 of the 7 simple tips to help relieve your back-related issues. Today's 4 and 5 are over acupuncture and yoga. A lot of fun things, fun facts, and very useful information around these two ancient but effective forms of healing. So what will you be getting with these tips? You'll learn some ancient healing techniques, of course. You'll learn poses and their purposes, and we'll know the benefit that will have to last really a lifetime. This goes beyond just the pain and relief, something you can apply as a routine, a hobby, an interest, but really transformative for your life. This is why that's so important. Everyone has an opinion out there. Now more than ever, you see it all over the internet. You have friends and family and social media influencers, but who can you trust? These are proven scientific techniques and approaches that have been known to get relief and get long-term success. Practice makes perfect, but how do you do this, and how do you just do them regularly? Do more, get more, and be more. So this is super important for longevity in life, but you're looking for relief for your back. This is going to solve that as well. So here's what I hope you get from this. You're going to learn the science behind acupuncture so you can feel confident about this form of healing and relief, because I'm very empirical myself and I like to know the evidence before I do something. You're going to learn some of that today. And you're going to be introduced to simple but effective yoga techniques so you can perform them and be confident, just about anywhere you can do it and know the benefits of them. And you're going to get compounding results so you can not only feel better physically, but mentally and spiritually. There's components in this as well. So let's jump right into tip number 4, acupuncture. Now, this is an ancient healing art over 1,000 years old out of China that involves inserting very small, very fine, sterile needles into the skin at certain points on the body. It's believed these needles stimulate the points, certain chakras, qis, things like that, creating a healing effect. Your doctor may recommend acupuncture is getting more and more notoriety because of the improvement in some of the technology. We were able to look at the effects long term, but they're called complementary and alternative medicine, CAM therapy. So super important. But the science behind this is really involved in energy and biochemical balance produced by acupuncture. So it stimulates the body's natural healing ability and in promoting physical and emotional well-being. So all this stuff, super accurate, super influential and beneficial. So acupuncture, pinpoint the problem. No pun intended. Well, technically, yes, because I wrote that it is intended. But acupuncture has become a popular alternative cure for a number of health conditions, especially back pain. Now, it treats pain. It's been known to increase blood flow, decrease muscle tension, and helps the body produce natural pain-killing chemicals. So, the reason really is not fully understood, but it's believed that the increase in blood flow, of course, decreases muscle tension and helps the body produce natural pain-killing chemicals. Now, it stimulates the nervous system to release chemicals in the muscle, spinal cord, and brain, including endorphins. Those make you feel good. Encephalon, a type of endorphin, and other neurochemicals. Now, this is documented very recently in a journal in 2017. These natural chemicals may either change the pain experience or trigger the release of other chemicals and hormones that influence the body's own internal regulatory system. Again, study done in 2017. This can bring a normalizing effect of the neuroendocrine nervous and hormone function. So it's also fairly, now I think of needles and I think of ouch immediately, but it's fairly painless. They put in very, very fine needles that can almost sometimes not be felt, if anything, very slightly. But it also has very few side effects that include maybe some minor soreness, bruising, or bleeding because of the needle insertion. But there's very few, and some say that there's no reason why not to try it. I mean, there's a lot of things out there that we introduce in our bodies that have a lot more harmful and known side effects, and this really has very little to none, especially because of the sterile aspect. But why not try it? That's the biggest thing a lot of doctors are saying is like, hey, it doesn't really hurt. Try it out. Worst case scenario, nothing happens. Best case scenario, you get relief. So that's really, really something important. But more and more research actually is getting more credibility around this field, and more research being done really around some menstrual, menopausal symptoms, help manage pain, ease side effect of chemotherapy and other symptoms of fibromyalgia, treating migraines, and even strengthening the immune system. In fact, a newer study published in the Archives of Internal Medicine collected the data from 18,000 participants who took care in part in acupuncture studies. Findings showed that acupuncture should be considered a valid treatment for all types of chronic pain. In other words, arthritis, chronic back pain, anxiety, the effects of chemotherapy, and treatment even of obesity. In the United Kingdom, the Natural Institute for Health and Care Excellence, it's called NICE, approves doctor-prescribed acupuncture for chronic tension of headaches and lower back. So more and more of this 1,000-year-old practice is becoming more relevant and becoming more researched as these effects are being seen more and more. And even medical field is really attributing success to acupuncture. So that's super influential, something that can be known immediately for aches and pains, but something that should be explored. And when all else, nothing is going to happen, or something major might happen, and that's what you should explore for yourself. Tip number 5, yoga. Another very ancient form out of northern India. This has a lot of spiritual components as well. I don't know where you sit personally on your spiritual spectrum, if you will, but there is something known about the body and mind combination with the spirit. So this has a lot of known known effects, really, to alleviate back pain, but also long-term stress relief and things like that. A review by Cochrane Complementary Medicine at the Centers of Integrative Medicine at the University of Maryland published that there was a known small reduction in pain with people with chronic, non-specific lower back pain over the short-term use of yoga. So there's some research around here. The research team also found limited evidence that compared with not doing any physical exercise, yoga can lead to some improvement in back function after only 6 months and a small reduction in pain only after 3 months. So if you're not physical, if you're not very active anyways, guess what? This is a solution for you. They did a study that showed over 84% of participants experienced a decrease in back pain, with 44% experiencing major improvement. So, you have a 50-50 chance nearly to see something. But up to 90% of those participants also noticed greater flexibility in joint and spine, as well as increased levels of strength, all important factors on ongoing back care. This is all coming from the well-being team that does research for these non- and complementative type of treatments. So let's jump right into yoga a bit more. Helps our backs how? Hum. Our om, if you will. That's my mantra. But 7 reasons. Let's go right into super important one. It helps with the neutral pelvis complex. So by far the most common cause of back pain is poor posture. When the body is improperly aligned, it's going to have pain. When it's properly aligned, it has a neutral pelvis and the spine retains its natural curvatures. Less pain the way your body was supposed to be. Yoga postures that encourage correct posture are Tasadana, the cat, and the chair of the heart. So improved posture for neutral pelvis type of moves. You have segmental stiffness, where the spine stiffens and compresses with inactivities such as sitting for long periods of time, and very sedentary compaction of the spine. The intervertebral discs lose water and joints really tighten up because of that. Yoga opens and decompresses these squashed intervertebral discs like these sponges. Just get squished with no fluidity, especially in the lower back. Some people with back pain instinctively squat in this position, like fans out these discs. So laying low in the Savasana also decompresses the spine. So that's a great one to help with the segmental stiffness, so opening up the spine. Let's move on to number 3, which is the extension flexion of the spine. So forward bends and back bends decompress the spine again, opening things up. When alternated back and forth, the most effective way is that will help it hydrate these discs. So again, hydration of these discs that are compact because of poor posture or seated position or inactivity. Basically the backward bending, the asanas, postures, in particular, commonly correct any distortion or bulging in these discs have been known to be helped as well, and can often ease related symptoms such as sciatica. So importantly, daily flexion and extension delivers nutrition to these discs, which rely on movement for their health. Back bends are particularly important because of our tendency to sit and lean forward. So having something that relieves that and undoes that is exactly what you're looking for. Core stability. Core stability is number 4. It's right in the core of these, and it's super important because core stability is created by a basically a cylinder of these deep postural muscles: the diaphragm, pelvic floor, transverse abdominis, lumbar, multifidus, psoas major. These stabilize and support the body, keeping your natural curves and posture. If these are working inefficiently, then other muscles get short, get tight, causing misalignment and perpetuating back problems. So every yoga pose, especially standing and balancing, can be done with core awareness. So experiment with the cat, the locust, the cobra, or the falling triangle, which has strong emphasis on the spinal control. So core, all around the spine helps with that stability. The ability and mobility of the nervous tissue. Basically, back health is dependent upon neural mobility. Many yoga asanas take the nerves to their fully lengthened positions or potentials. For example, forward bending, performed with the leg straightened and lengthening the sciatic nerve, because it goes down back the leg and you stand and you stretch. Other good postures for these are the matisse, cross, and plough. So very important to stretch these nerves, not just muscles, but nerves innervate these muscles and help elongate as well. And ultimately, you have some stress relief involvement here. Breathing work, relaxation, meditation help to release stress and tension that may accumulate in the back. Stress can play a significant role in back pain, of course, tension mentally and physically. By focusing the mind inward, the body receives messages, signals it's safe and secure. It unwinds. You're out of this fight and flight type of idea. The body can relax and achieve greater sense of well-being and stillness, which in turn improves the ability to deal with symptoms and causes of back pain. So treat yourself with a 5-minute progressive muscle relaxation now. Breathe in, breathe out, do all those things that you can do. And the last one, healing koshas or koshas. Now this one takes a little bit more of an intense yoga understanding of the spiritual mind-body connection, but some forms of yoga consciously engage all the layers of being. That's what the koshas are. And while doing the physical movements of like the asanas, forward and backward bending, in the breathing work, you involve some affirmation and visualizations to invoke positive mental and emotional states. So this speaks to the inner you. It's a deeper level of the stress relief. And by involving all layers of being, you activate the prana or life force in the body, and it balances your emotions, your positivity, transforms your thoughts, and create profound stillness. That's what you're looking for, some control and strength and stillness. This profound stillness can help significantly with the healing back pain. Now, again, this is a deeper step in that direction, but again, this is around yoga and has been proven to have some mental, physical, some psychosomatic connections to help with the healing process and ultimately relieve your back issues. So, in summary, there's really the two really highly effective ancient forms of healing that we went over is really getting more and more notoriety and validation because of the way that science is trending. Is getting very, of course, result-based, getting very specific and unique and personalized. So take advantage of these life-changing and life-altering techniques that have been proven and stood the test of time. That tells you something immediately, that they've been practicing this for thousands of years and it still holds up to today's modern society. But ultimately, back pain is not fun. But finding ways to improve yourself through relief and correction can be. So these are some of the fun, new, interesting, mind-opening ways to explore your health and wellness by getting relief long-term and setting yourself up for long-term success in the future. So make the choice that best fits your needs and is best in line with your beliefs. This was tips 4 and 5 of the 7 simple tips to help relieve your back-related issues. See you next time as we dive into more tips. Thanks again so much for watching. Hey, before you go, if you enjoyed this content, you would probably benefit from our intro massage package we created for new clients. Just click the Learn More button below to find out more. Thanks again for watching.